Hello, this is Daphne. Welcome to Of Darkness and Light. The Dyke Smote is over. I just wanted to say that I am able to write again, so I feel a little bit better. I have a chapter to work on. I can't really sleep still, but my tooth pain has just kind of phased down. Nothing is exposed yet. But if my stuff falls off and I'm not able to scrounge enough money, it's like I have some money right now, but I'm hoarding money as best I can. I can't really drive, and so I have to get like food deliveries, and I'm trying to do it as best I can, but it's not a good way to go, dude. And then my unemployment money's gone, and I'm just kind of like, I made some mistakes early on. I bought a PlayStation, I bought some games, and I wanted that, and that helped my executive dysfunction more than anything, to be like, fuck the police, dude. I'm disabled and nobody's helping me, and I don't care if I'm not giving money to my ex right away because she's being a fucking bitch ass, dude. And because she's trying her best, but it's like my executive dysfunction is so hardcore. That's what I'm saying. It's like I go at somebody, everybody's so hard. She doesn't deserve that. That's an unfair thing, dude. They're carrying the burden of watching our child after I'm become disabled, and that's so cruel for me to say that, and I would never do it under any normal circumstances. It twists my guts, but that's what I feel as a disabled person who feels expectations from everyone I see face to face, except for two golden people that came over. And one of them is sticking around as somebody who is available to help when they have the time, and we're just kind of like falling out of sync getting it set up, because I'm trying to figure out the right way to get it set up. And so, because the options that are presented so far are not promising from what's been scrounged up on how I can look for help. It's just like, it doesn't sound like I'm going to get approved. So it's just discouraging. I should try anyway. It's just like so much work to sell my story, right? On writing it all again in a way for people in a part of a like hierarchical institution that needs proving in a way that's less creative than I manifest, right? Like, how do I don't know how to do it. It's like, I need help getting my case put together for presentation towards getting disability without going through what would be high trauma, to go from ground one again and walk through everything that I've explained 18 million times into the ether, hoping someone would help me. And it's not fair to the world, I suppose, that that's how I've done it, and that it's pushed me into this executive dysfunction more. But it's like, I was already working with psychiatrists and therapists from the whole first year of my schizophrenia. And I'm at a year and 6 months now. And in the last 6 months, I had a 4-month manic period of high delusion and going in and out of it after, but just like the ends were really bad, to grounding entirely over the course of a month after receiving a packet of a restraining order, and realizing that was the key to understanding how sick I was just like getting some response, even if it was the one most traumatic thing that's ever happened to me, dude. I just like mythologized getting a knock on the door so long, and it's just like, I was so scared for like a week or two that I would get more packets, because I've been so wild trying to get through to one person, and like I was just like, how many people are gonna like take me to court that I can't mentally handle going to, and I have nobody to support me through, and I can't even like read this document, dude, without like wanting to throw up, having a panic attack. And that was when the night I got it, I had my ex come pick up my daughter, and it was so traumatic because I had already given up watching her. I had given up watching her full time because I knew it was going to be really hard. But then I quit. I was like taking time off my job every moment I needed to. I used all my time off. And I quit my job that night because I had been taking time off of being a full-time mom, and it was the first time my daughter was coming back to spend the night. And I haven't had her spend the night one night since, even though I could. I wanted to. But my interpersonal relationship with my ex is so bad, I haven't proven it to her, and I've been giving her that grace because she's taken on such a burden. But I'm just being put in unfair positions back from her. It's not fair for either one of us. It's an even-handed thing that sucks. But my executive dysfunction hates everything, including that person who's watching my daughter, who I have great gratitude for. But my daughter and I spent every night in this bed. We were co-sleepers, dude. And it's not something I would ever put on her. I didn't snuggle her like a person that was giving me affection. She was kicking me in the throat most nights, right? Like, and I'm just like, I had a little person growing up right next to me, and I gave her up most willingly when I realized my panic and my focus was getting to a point where I couldn't protect her safety enough by being present with her. I just like caught her climbing on stuff a couple times too late, and I was like, fuck, I'm really losing my focus. I gotta figure this out. And I was trying to maintain my job, but I just quit when I got that packet. And then I lived through a bunch of stress of not knowing if I was going to be able to get unemployment, because I am radically honest. So I could have just like failed out of my job and had them fire me, but I wanted to be nice to the people that were my managers who were rooting for me the whole time, because that would have been a hard thing for them to fire me. So I just was like, hey guys, thank you for holding on for me, but I'm gonna call it because I'm having another panic attack that's worse than anything ever. And I called my ex, and she came and got my daughter, and it was just so sad. It was like the last time I was gonna have her back and start watching her overnights again. And I would not do that now. I would see her for hours at a time if I could, but it just got so bad. I screamed at my ex in front of her because my executive dysfunction is so bad. And she's upset about it, and I need time to see her, and it's like now I'm just getting separated from her, and it's the saddest thing in the world because we were best friends. It was the best parent-child relationship I could ever imagine. All she got around me was freedom to be herself and support and exploring what she wanted to do, and like never being held back from being what she wanted. And I just got too loopy to be safe, and I called it as soon as I should have. And I could be back to being a mom. I could be a really good mom, dude. And I could still do it. But I'm right to say I shouldn't have her for breadths of time as somebody who can't really take care of myself. But I could have her overnight, right? Like I could get her late in the night, and it's like it's so easy to like spend a few hours at the end of the night and then have a good sleep with your daughter, because she still co-sleeps. And that's a cool thing to do if you're doing it right, where you're just giving each other space, and you're there when you need it. And it's like, I hate everything for being a best mom, and for my family hating me just for using that language. And they hate me for that more than most. I can't even explain it. It's like there's so many things. Yeah, I'm so defensive about it, because that's the biggest criticism. I can't go outside on Mother's Day with my daughter without people looking at me like they want to kill me without a word being said. Anyways, it's a hard thing to survive through when you're getting traumatized and your psyche's projecting things. I've been an ultimate fucking champion warrior, surviving for my daughter and fighting for her every moment, and knowing what I needed the most which was to heal my deepest heart trauma, which causes me the most anxiety and depression, which keeps me locked in the most executive dysfunction, which could be healed entirely with a hug from one person who fucked me up really bad and has never listened to me about how bad I need a hug, and put a restraining order on me, and ruined my ability to be a mom, and ruined my ability to communicate with people normally. And everybody who has not helped me and has seen me as someone who deserves this, who's not right about being stuck the way I am, and left me to explain it over and over and over and over and over and over and over that I don't need pills and I need a hug from somebody. This is a situation of an adolescent trans woman who was on hormone medicine, and it made her feel like a child. And it made her feel like she had her first best girlfriend. And because she was an adult and they were an adult, they got intertangled in a way that was highly confusing to an adolescent trans woman. And the way it ended left her a wounded little girl who lost her best friend down the fucking street, who needed a dad or somebody to walk her over there and make the girl give her a hug, dude. And I hate the world for crippling me into a child, dude. And I'm like a genius child because I've had to figure out how to explain this all to people. And I've done it every way I can. And I'm like an idiot genius because I don't know how to focus and read. I can't read. I do all this from like pulling vocabulary out of my subconscious from the books I read. I read tons of science fiction most, so that's what's coming out. But I love Jack Vance. That's what I want to write like. And I love aspiring towards Gene Wolfe. So that's what I write like. And I speak like this. And I don't care. But anyways, I am a confusing person of a full dichotomy of emotions, but that's it. I pull myself back out of it, but that's who I am. That's what's going on with Miriam in the middle that I don't let out, is that she is stuck a child who needs a hug from somebody who broke her heart because they told her they were going to be her friend for life, and it meant the most to her. And she didn't really do anything wrong, ever. And the world sees her as like a gross man. It is the most painful thing you could ever imagine, to lose your daughter in your mind. Because that happened to you, and then you got really fucked up by somebody mean, and then you made mistakes, and then you tried your fucking best the whole way. And nobody will help you, because everybody sees a man. It's the worst thing. I need help, please.